We are pleased to welcome, both in person and virtually, the candidates, faculty, administration, and staff of Stevens Institute of Technology, along with the family and friends of our graduating students. Today, we honor and celebrate the class of 2021. We begin the program with a video representing the ceremonial procession of our candidates.
Not one of us is who we were 4 years ago. Although the diploma still says Steve, we barely fill out these grown-up clothes. How can something so close approach so slow? Think back to romanticizing today, those distant promises we look to in youth. Now, tomorrow morning, we will all wake to discover new choices. Which song should we play? Maybe you'll choose to sing to yourself. Maybe you'll let people listen for free. Maybe you'll improvise power and wealth. For every encore exists a farewell. You're as much the crowd as you are the performer. You're equally critic as you are trustee. You'll be the boss and still you'll take orders. But among all these things, when it's cold, you'll be warmer. You're you, and that's all you need to be. As you walk forward, strut passionately. Armed with our spirits and our degrees, Stevens, we thank you, and now we are free.
Please rise as we welcome to the stage the administration of Stevens Institute of Technology, including President Nariman Farvarden, Provost Christophe Pierre, Board of Trustees member and descendant of the Stevens family, Samuel Reckford, and Board of Trustee member Christian Collado, all led by the Faculty Marshal, Dr. Dominic Duggan.
Hello, my name is Dominic Duggan, and as Faculty Marshal, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 149th Commencement Ceremony of Stevens Institute of Technology. Today we're celebrating graduates from the Charles V. Schaefer Jr. School of Engineering and Science. Each degree candidate, as they know well themselves, has worked diligently to attain the goal that will be realized in today's ceremony. We begin with the singing of the national anthem, pre-recorded by members of the President's Ensemble. We ask everyone, wherever you may be, to please rise as you are able. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Will the candidates and the audience please be seated? Please welcome to the podium the 7th President of Stevens Institute of Technology, Nariman Farvarden.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Duggan. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, family members, faculty, staff, guests, friends, good afternoon. I cannot tell you how pleased I am that we have the opportunity to hold this commencement ceremony in person. It's been a long wait. For your information, this ceremony is number 8 in a sequence of 8 ceremonies that we started on Tuesday evening and we are concluding today. So in order to make sure that you're all awake and you're listening to me and there is some reasonable level of enthusiasm in the audience, I want to say good afternoon to see how you respond. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is good. This is good. Class of 2021, today you become graduates of Stevens Institute of Technology, and I offer you my warm, sincere, and most enthusiastic congratulations. You've earned the right to celebrate this momentous and hard-won achievement. Your families are proud of you, your faculty are proud of you, and I am proud of you, and I offer you my heartfelt and most enthusiastic congratulations. This past year has undoubtedly been a time of tremendous disruption and generation-defining change. You've proven yourself to be adaptable, tenacious, and resilient in the face of many unexpected challenges and adversities, and you have persevered. Your time at Stevens has shaped the person that you are today, but you now are equipped to shape your future. You have the education, the experience, the wisdom, and the determination to overcome whatever obstacles that may get in your way. When you face those obstacles in the future, think back to those challenges you faced during the past few years, and in particular, the past 15 months. Those difficult problems, those demanding professors, those classes that challenged you. And now, look at where you are today. Think of the toolkit that helped you through those difficult situations. Perseverance, hard work, support from family, friends, and faculty, whatever it took to make it to today. You will rely on those same tools over and over again throughout your life. Like the 50,000 distinguished Stevens graduates before you, you are well prepared to recognize and take advantage of all the world will offer you in your professional and personal lives to identify and solve the thorny problems we face as a society, and to be the next generation of pioneers, technology innovators, and global citizens that our world needs so badly. Whatever your future holds, I am sure of one thing: you will step up to any challenge and create a better future for all of us. So, thank you for all you've done to make Stevens a better place during your time with us. I look forward to seeing you on campus as a proud member of the class of 2021 soon, and hopefully very often thereafter. And lastly, and most importantly, congratulations on your tremendous achievement. Always remember that you're a lifelong member of the Stevens family. Thank you very much.
Please welcome to the podium the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Christophe Pierre.
Good afternoon, everyone. Members of the Board of Trustees, President Farvardin, faculty, staff, students, families, friends, and guests, and especially students from the School of Engineering and Science, it is a true honor and a pleasure to share this happy occasion with you. After more than 1 year of upheaval, it is wonderful to be here to celebrate with you in person. We're very proud of you, and we know that you worked very hard to reach this milestone. As the Chief Academic Officer of Stevens, I applaud the drive and the commitment that brought you to this moment, not to mention the determination it took you to complete your degree and plan the next phase of your life during the unprecedented disruption caused by this pandemic. I am confident that you will succeed and that you will continue the traditions of leadership and achievement that have distinguished Stevens alumni across the generations. I ask you to reflect now on some of the people who guided you and inspired you during your time at Stevens. I'm referring in particular here to our talented faculty. Our professors are driving Stevens forward, building its reputation as a university dedicated to the development of knowledge and the application of technology toward addressing complex challenges and contributing to human progress. This reputation is a big part of the legacy that you will carry with you as you step forward to make your mark on the world. So, I'm asking that you stay connected to your professors and your mentors, and that you build this way on that legacy. With this in mind, I think it is quite fitting to take a few moments to recognize our Faculty Award winners for the past academic year. We are pleased this year to present Suran Manucheri, the Chair of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, with an honorary master's degree in engineering from Stevens. The other faculty members whom we honored this year with awards are as follows. Brendan Englert from the Department of Mechanical Engineering for the Research Excellence Award. Antonia Zafiriou from the Department of Biomedical Engineering for the Early Career Award for Research Excellence. Honjung Wang from the Department of Biomedical Engineering for the Jess Davis Memorial Award for Research Excellence. Leslie Brunel from the Department of Civil, Environmental, and Ocean Engineering for the Henry Morton Distinguished Teaching Professor Award. Patricia Musener from the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology for the Alexander Crombie Humphreys Distinguished Teaching Associate Professor Award. Lindsay Cormack from the College of Arts and Letters for the Award for Excellence in Online Teaching, and Dibyendu Dibs Sakar from the Department of Civil, Environmental, and Ocean Engineering for the Award for Distinguished University Service. I am very proud that these outstanding teachers and scholars, and really all of their colleagues, provided you with a first-rate education. So in just a little while, you're going to be officially recognized as part of a very select group, Stevens alumni. And like generations of graduates before you, you have proven yourselves to be resilient, talented, and dedicated. Therefore, I wish you much success in all of your future endeavors. And members of the class of 2021, my warm congratulations and my best wishes to you all. Congratulations.
Sorry, I forgot. I am back, and I am pleased to introduce our commencement speaker for today's ceremony, Dr. Alan Goodman, 6th President of the Institute of International Education, an organization that promotes the exchange of scholars and students, rescues scholars, students, and artists from persecution, displacement, and crises, conducts research on international academic mobility, and administers the Fulbright program sponsored by the United States Department of State, as well as more than 200 other corporate, government, and privately sponsored programs. Dr. Goodman is a member of the Council on Foreign Relations, a founding member of the World Innovation Summit for Education, and serves on the selection committee for the Rhodes and Schwartzman Scholars and the Wise and Yeadon Prizes. He also serves on the Council for Higher Education Accreditation International Quality Group Advisory Council and on the Board of Trustees of the Education Above All Foundation. Dr. Goodman is the recipient of honorary degrees from Canadian, European, Japanese, United Kingdom, and United States universities, and has received decorations for his work in promoting educational exchange and scholar rescue from the governments of France, Germany, and Norway. A renowned scholar, Dr. Goodman's books on international relations are published by Princeton, Harvard, and Yale University presses. He has served at the Department of State and the Central Intelligence Agency. In this morning's ceremony, Dr. Goodman was awarded the Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa for his impressive body of scholarly work, commitment to promoting international education, and heroic rescue of scholars in jeopardy. Please turn your attention to the screen for Dr. Goodman's commencement address. Thank you.
It's a genuine privilege to be here. I think the record for the shortest commencement speech ever given was one that Andrew Jackson gave as President of the United States at Harvard University. It consisted of just 3 words, e pluribus unum, and then he sat down. It was the motto of the United States of America then, it is now. I think I'm setting a record today by giving not a short commencement speech as that, but giving the speech 3 times, and thanks to COVID, in 2 different formats. It's a real pleasure to see a real graduation, and it's a real pleasure to be here at Stevens. My family and I are very grateful for you making me part of the class of 2021. And they send their greetings from their alma mater, which is the Stevens of the Charles. It is the school of my daughter, who became a physician, my wife, who is a lawyer, and her great-grandmother, who became a professor of biological science. Their MIT, like Stevens, opened opportunities early for women and opened opportunities to make sure that people not only understood the history of something, but why something works. So just a little bit about history. The first time I visited your campus was to see President Farvarden shortly after he became your president, and he wanted help in thinking through how Stevens could attract and enable more international students to attend all of your degree programs. Because our headquarters offices are at the United Nations at that time, I thought of Hoboken as a foreign trip, and therefore I added a little extra time to get here to see your campus and not be late for the president. Unfortunately, it was pouring rain, and I took immediate refuge in your library. I'm very glad I did, because at the time, and maybe there still is, there was a display devoted to all of the things that had been discovered and invented here at Stevens. I remember looking at two things in particular. One was the invention of the internet and email. The other was bubble wrap. And I realized coming here today that email and bubble wrap are probably the two most indispensable ingredients to get through this pandemic that we have, aside from the vaccines, which I know you will all get. This is the 12th pandemic in the history of the Institute of International Education. We know that what saves us from each of the pandemics we faced in those 100+ years is the discoveries made by science and engineering for the root causes of the problem, for the vaccines that will cure them and ward off future infections. So I'd like to think that as this pandemic ends, it will reinforce the message that science and learning, working together, and engineering, applying what is learned and what science discovers, is the key to saving us all. The other thing that you will have gotten at Stevens is the other ingredient that's so essential to getting any of us through the pandemic. And that ingredient is compassion. All of you have been in some way on the front lines of helping us get through this pandemic. And I remember when it began, turning once again to the story that Albert Camus wrote called La Plague, La Peste, and he wrote it about 10 years before he received the Nobel Prize for Literature. And it is about a story about a doctor who becomes a hero in a village because he discovers both some engineering solutions for proper sanitation, but because he just went about his job helping people who were ill. And one of the villagers asked him, how will we get through the pandemic? And he said, by compassion. And the villager then said, what is compassion? And the doctor replied, it is just doing your job. All through this pandemic, your Stevens was on the job. Your students, your faculty, your graduates worked with local communities and businesses here when they first needed help in telemarketing and digitizing their business. They helped later on when your community needed a technical way to find out where to get tested and ultimately where and when to get a vaccine. And through the Stevens Initiative, what you have done is given us all a gift so that we are able to have a curated set of data, a curated set of resources on how to pivot from online instruction to digital or hybrid instruction, because we need to be as prepared today for the next pandemic as we might be for tomorrow. And thanks to the Stevens Initiative, this is precisely what you have contributed. Stevens remained on the job of education, service, and research. That's what great universities do, and this may be the first time in history that universities, instead of closing their doors during a pandemic, did all they could to keep them open, to keep the labs functioning, and when they couldn't provide in-person education, to provide it in a hybrid way. So staying on the job for this university and for the class of 21 is going to be more important than ever. Your Stevens motto is also a Latin phrase. It talks about from adversity to the stars. It's an apt motto for this graduation. We, all of us, students, faculty, parents, families, have gone through a period of adversity. But what you have also learned and will apply is the ability to navigate through the stars and by the stars to help us all cross the finish line of this pandemic and into a bright new future that the class of 2021 will engineer for us all. Thank you, thank your families, thank all here for inviting me. I'm deeply honored.
It is now time to award the candidates for master's degrees and degree of engineer. The degrees will be conferred by Board of Trustees member and descendant of the Stevens family, Samuel Reckford, and presented by Provost Christophe Pierre.
And now for the exciting part. I'm going to ask all degree candidates to please rise. Please rise, all of you. Thank you. Okay, very good. Now, on behalf of the faculty of Stevens Institute of Technology, I present to you these candidates who have satisfactorily completed all the requirements for the academic degrees, which I now ask you to confer upon them. Members of this group are recommended as candidates for the degrees of Master of Engineering, Master of Science, or degree of engineer as indicated in the program. I therefore ask you to confer upon each of them the appropriate degree with such distinction as merited.
By virtue of the authority vested in the trustees of Stevens Institute of Technology, and on their behalf, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Engineering, Master of Science, or degree of engineer, and with such distinction as you have merited, and admit you to all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Graduates may be seated. Please note, graduates, that the marshals will direct you to the stage at the appropriate time. When approaching the stage, please bring your diploma cover with you. For everyone's safety, guests and students may not approach the stage to take pictures. Graduates, we ask that you refrain from taking photos of any kind from the stage and return to your seats after receiving your diploma to honor your classmates. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, please welcome to the podium the Dean of the Charles V. Schaefer Jr. School of Engineering and Science.
Good afternoon. I'm Jin Zhu, Dean of the Charles V. Schaefer Jr. School of Engineering and Science. I'm pleased to welcome to the stage the amazing candidates from the School of Engineering and Science who have completed all requirements for the degree of Master of Engineering, Master of Science, and a degree of engineer.
Nicholas Levine. Daniel Rosenberger. Vincent Russo. Neil Haria. Yuraj Shiaptare. Mohammed Amir Hamza Khan. Michelle Sani. Bushkar Gaitonde. Akshay Aruja. Utsav Shah. Agash Negi. Shin Chao Chu. Amit Singh. Mate Madhobait Miani. Roshab Maru. Ching Hao Wang. Luca Pasquariello. Raj Ramjandali. Samantha Shatton. Emily Cook. Cristina Altagracia Punta. Kevin Laragacha. Vasu Nayak. Ashutosh Shinde. Kailing Pang. Orua Busayo Omalue. Vitrag Shah. Ravindra Kewadia. Zeu Kao. Xiao Ting. Gaith Arar. Shao Van Tang. Kieran Joseph. Jayut Lekola. Prakar Prasad. Gokul Maharajan. Hari Harambike. Sankalp Tiwari. Alexander Murta. Katarina Manionak. Valeri Lavati. Chandan Goda. Dharansunda Venkateshavar. Aditya Badature. Dawei Jen. Zishuai Xu. Go Zhang Zhen. Priyanka Dilip Dulciani. Yash Purohit. Fatima Kazmi. Jovit Ahavam. Mira Michael. Avai Singh. Yuhan Ko. Rahul Talavne. Chang Wong Chao. Jackie Guo. Meet Patel. Christina Lee. Emily Ashbolt. Yogesh Gupta. Vinayak Rai. Sadna Obate. Suhas Kinney. Dana Rose Brown. Yash Amil. Akshay Patel. Suryaj Maheshwari. Shreyas Jain. Juan Amasquita. Timothy Reed Kenya Jr. Louis Jordan. Somel Apaso Diliacella. Kevin Carmen. Yu Shulian. Emily Rose Triolo. Luke Langner. Alex Rena. Thomas Carbonaro. Anil Salem. Daniel Hayes. Sara Bijamisad. Sevatri Sagud. Shivani Daneda. Mitko Bazanov. Ryan Levine. Shivani Patel. Ryan Biederbeck. Stephen Cornwell. Juhi Patel. Mihir Patel. Carolyn Ponterero. Victoria Kapp. Amanda Lulai. Alexander Smith. Daniel Kaba. Shinton Lee. Shinka Wang. Stanley Goodman. Michelangelo. Kenneth Charles Otten III. Rachel Madison Gart. John Garcia. Jay Catalano. Sharia Golki. Kimberly Perez. Mark Anthony Gomez Di Matello. Jack Moss. Richard Rossback. Yun Shan Yang, Kong Yi Su, Zhu Peng Hua, Sharmalisa Satish Matali, Hani Prakash Desai, Sarah El-Baisi, Xiao Feng Wang, Yao Zhu, Kyle Hilliard, Rebecca Hunderfund, Lucas Kolarik, Michael Eng, Melissa Alfonso, Joylyn Gomez, Gabriela Tentillo, Tyler Brick, Ashley Fila, Shannon Maroney, Hira Shirani, Abigail Clark, Vinod Kumar Kolulu, Stephanie Roberson, Nicholas Mirando, Hannah Mae Stolman, Catherine Ruiz, Chris Guillermo, Emily Snedden, Christina McDonald, Chung Hua, Ling Song Lee, Ikram Etmel, Sara Noor, Addison Fowler, Joseph Messner, Jack Turner, Brittany DeFetti, Zohui Shia. Karan Modi. Jared Holgado. Daniel Rosenson. Lucas Franz. Christina Apostolico. Ashley Ann Reyes. Phoebe Lai. Sophia Hua. Amanda Ulmer. Nicholas Chula. Jiaxin Liu. Laura Ocampo. Austin Holden. Meet Jayantibai Patel. Sanya Attar. Melissa Arca. Xiaoden Chen. Krishna Singh. Raghav Dago. Mansi Lokendik. Kishan Telly. Ravina Mehta. Krishna Patel. Eric Isanga. Kenneth Asa. Bhavik Vashi. Tart Dev. Hardik Nakrani. Chirag Prakash Sharma. Zahidi Priya Rudavadran. Derek Van Rouwendahl. Abigail Hulse. Kristen Vitale. John Kalajian. Niha Barak Beitan. Vatsel Zalevai Bakar. Jay Rashesh Gandhi. Sarah Chain. Joseph Kaczynski. Yosh Patel. Aditya Umesh Tavan. Nishar Darshak Parekh. Melissa Barnes. Anthony Williams. Drew Ashutosh Kansara. Yu Chen Yao. Fan Chin Mo. Nabil Sheikh. Bhushan Pavar. Rahul Rajpure. Pavik Suchak. Prithvi Lahoti. Aida Alai. Over Mukuji. Jillian Ann Machetta. John David Compton. Baby Supriya. Gothrudin Nadal. Sudesh Mandrekar. Sriharsha Jaduedua. Avinadan Nuli. Meghna Masudi. Shweni Patel. Harul Dubey. Monica Yakasidi. Mahanadi Govindaraju. Akash Rathol. Lai Balar. Mead Bikaria. Ian Rose. Ronak Biani. Yupeng Cao. Christy Chen. William Foster. Young Gi. Omkar Gujar. Yogesh Gupta. Jinyan He. Eric Isaacson. Wentao Ji. Pikong Jin. Sean Ronald Jones. Linson Lee. Juji Lee. Jianan Liu. Ao Lu. Vinayak Rai. Praveen Kumar Samineni. Amit Singh. Andrew F. Sloan. Felicia Spadavecchia. Justin Michael Trugman. Yuan Wang. Hongzi Wu. Jiaolin Yang. Chenguang Zhao. Please welcome to the podium Board Member Christian Collado, representing the Stevens Alumni Association.
As a fellow alumnus, and on behalf of more than 50,000 Stevens graduates, I want to extend our enthusiastic congratulations to all of you and to the families, friends, and alumni gathered here virtually and in person. You have overcome the most challenging of days and have proven that you will go on to achieve much greater. Never forget the network of friends, family, and support you have fostered over the past few years at Stevens, for we will always be here rooting for you. Class of 2021, we are so proud of you. We know you will earn and enjoy great success, and we welcome you as our newest and lifelong members of the Stevens Alumni Association. Congratulations.
To close today's ceremony, please welcome the Faculty Marshal, Dominic Duggan.
We will conclude our ceremony today with the singing of the Alma Mater, previously recorded by the President's Ensemble. We ask the audience to please refrain from leaving and stay in their seats until the platform party has left the stage in the venue. The graduates will then leave the venue by going out the doors to the right of the stage, and the audience will leave through the main lobby. Thank you all for attending the 149th Stevens Institute of Technology Commencement Ceremony, and congratulations to all those who have become Stevens alumni today. Congratulations.